and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going back to the basics and we're learning eyeshadow application techniques. Now for today's look, I did use only one palette and one highlighter, so let's go ahead and get set up for this tutorial. First of all, to prime the eyes, you're going to need a concealer or foundation and some translucent powder. I personally like the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer. This is an L1 neutral. Yeah, the Coty Airspun powder in translucent. For all the eyeshadows, I used the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. I just thought it was perfect. It's a perfect palette for fall. It has all the right shades all together. So for our transition shade, we used Safe Word, and then in the crease to darken it, we used Fetish and Dominatrix, and then for the shimmer on the lid, we went in with Frosting. So it's just a great palette overall. You can do a lot of different versatile looks with that. Last but not least, we also used this Vivid Baked highlighter in gold for the inner corners and also on the brow bone. I didn't do a full face today because I am going to work and I don't want to sweat it off, but I thought I'd do a little eye look. On the lips today, I'm wearing the limecrime perless in Third Eye. It's such a gorgeous metallic pearlescent, I guess, maroon, which I thought went really nicely with that. Oh, let me talk about the brushes that I used. That might be helpful. So for all the crease shades, I used the BH Cosmetics Pro brush. This is labeled 5. I don't know if that's the name, I guess, maybe. It's a tapered blending brush. I have this in a bunch of brands. You can use the Sigma E40 brush. I love that. I have a bunch from H&M that were really cheap crease blending brushes. But they are pretty soft and blend well, and I have everyone knows I have a billion crease brushes from Wet n Wild. These are like $1, so any of those would work for crease blending. Then for the inner corner, I did use this E37 brush from Morphe, which is my favorite little detailed brush for the inner corner, and also sometimes I'll use it under the lash line. For under the lash line today, I did use a flat-headed brush. This is the Morphe M432 brush, and it's just great for tight lining. Let's see. For the outer V, I used the Morphe E36 brush, which is a tiny little pencil brush, and that just was used to draw the little C on the outer edge. You'll see that in the video. And then for the brow bone highlight, I did use this H&M small shading brush. I didn't show that, but basically I just did that and blended it down, easy. Other things on my face, I used a lip brush, the E35 for my lipstick, and I've got my Lancôme Monsieur Big mascara, and my liner today is this NYX retractable eyeliner in black, which I just tight-lined the lids. I just tight-lined the waterline. Didn't go for a wing or anything like that today. And of course I have Control Freak in my brows because I love them brushed up. So if you want to see how I got this eyeshadow look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so to start, we're going to prime our eyes using the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer in L1 neutral. You can also use your foundation if you so desire. I'm not going to do a full face today, so I'm just going to use concealer. I'm going to blend that out with my finger. You could also use a damp sponge or a flat-topped kabuki brush, like a small one. Just make sure there's no like creases or anything not covered in the eye. Get a nice layer down. Sorry, my voice sounds like a frog. Next, you're gonna wanna set your eye. I like to use the Coty Airspun powder. This is the translucent 07024. I'm gonna take that on a kabuki brush. I have this little tiny Morphe kabuki brush. Get a lot of powder and tap off the excess. You want your eye to be super powdered so that the other powders blend on top of it. And I just pat that in. If you got too much, just wipe a little bit away. And you're good to go. There, our eye is primed and ready for shadow. We're gonna go into the androgyny palette, and we're gonna start with a cool tone transition shade, which is Safe Word. And we're gonna start on a fluffy BH Cosmetics crease brush. any brush in this shape will work, okay? And to get the powder, you're going to tap in like this. You don't need to swirl around. Tap off the extra, and this is gonna be our transition shade in the crease. So what you wanna make sure you do is, I like to start on the outside, wherever my crease starts, so you can see right here, or wherever you want your crease to be. So if you have very hooded eyes, you could do it above your actual crease. Or monolids, you can also pick your crease location. You can always pick your crease location. For me, I do like where my crease is naturally, so I'm taking this brush very softly and running it through the crease, kind of windshield wiper motions, as they say, back and forth to get it blended. Then once I feel like I've got the initial color laid down, it should look like that. Once I feel good about that, I start in circular motions and blend upward. I like my transition shades to show, even though I'm gonna put a darker shade on top. So you can see I'm doing tiny circular motions. So that should give you a pretty flawless blend. Next, I want to build up that color, so I'm going to do the same exact thing and pop it right in the crease. You can build this color up to whatever pigmentation you so desire. The best thing about this technique is I use it. The best thing about this technique is I use it for literally every eye look I do. So you can use any combination of colors that you want. But since this is back to basics, we're doing basic colors. And since it's fall, we're gonna do a little burgundy. So next we're gonna tap into Fetish, which is this matte red or burgundy color. We're gonna use the same exact brush. Tap in just the same way, tap off the excess, and do the same exact thing. With this color, however, you wanna spend a minute on the outer edge before you start bringing it in. This is going to elongate the eyes because the bulk of the darker color is on the outer edge of the eye. Okay. And you can see now that most of the pigment is off, I am again going in with those circular motions and blending upward. Last but not least, I'm going to take a detail pencil brush. This is the Morphe E36 brush. It's just a tiny pencil brush, and we're going to dip into a dark brown. We're going to go into Dominatrix from this palette. And we are going to draw a little C on the outer edge of the eye. Do you see the C? That's also called the outer V. Then we'll take our original crease blending brush and do tiny circular motions over that. I am barely touching my skin. This is really a really light hand. Okay, so it should look like that. For the lid shade, I want to use a shimmer, and I'm going to go in with frosting. I like to use my finger for this. We're going to use our pinky, which is our smallest finger, I would hope, so we can get the most precise application. For this, I'm going to start right about here in the eye and pull outward, and then I'm going to pull inward. And we're just patting / barely pulling this color. I like to apply these with my finger. I just find it's the best way. Okay, then you're gonna take your original blending brush one more time on that outer edge and through the crease. Just make sure everything is blended. Okay, then for the inner corner, I wanna use a highlight shade. This is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in Golden Lights. We're going to take this on an even smaller brush. This is the Morphe E37. This is my favorite detail brush, and we're going to swirl in here. This is a very powdery formula, but it's stunning. Anytime you see me glow into the gods, I'm wearing that. So this is going to go for our inner corner. I do like to blend that up into the original shimmer shade on the lid and over on the bottom lash line to the tear duct. This really brightens up your eye, it makes it look wider, and is generally awesome looking. Okay. We're then gonna go in with a tight lining brush. This is the Morphe M432 brush. It's a flat topped, very thin brush. And we're gonna take whatever color we like from the top of the eye down into the bottom, and I think I'm gonna use Fetish. For this, I just tap the brush, just like all the others, I tap the brush directly into the pan, like that. And of course, tap off the excess. And we're gonna press this into the lower lash line. I like to bring it to wherever the gold frosting ended, and then connect it up into the top colors. We're gonna take the same blending brush one more time and just blend it out. Okay, so that's the eye look complete. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some mascara and liner, and I'll be right back to finish this video. Alright guys, so this is the final look today for our Back to Basics eyeshadow application. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Back to Basics is a series that I'm going to be doing almost every single week on different basic things, on different techniques for makeup that I've found work the best for me. If you would like, you can also follow me on all my social media. It's all I Am a Pluralist. I'm on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and I hope to see you guys there. Bye!